Okay, now it's time for this week's sponsor, I Wish I Had. And for the YouTube audience, you can see as I'm holding up this case of Alani energy drinks. Now, I discovered Alani through my wife. She gets full credit, looking for a good pick-me-up in the afternoon or maybe something on a Saturday or Sunday when, hey, I'd like an energy drink, but I don't want it to be pure gasoline. I don't want it to taste just ridiculous. And I don't want it to give me the jitters and creep me out 10 minutes after taking it. So, lo and behold, my beautiful wife, Beth, stumbled upon Alani energy drinks. And this flavor in particular, the cherry slush, has been our absolute go-to for over a year now. And my wife takes one to work with her every day. I have one most days when I'm working at home or on the weekends. But I absolutely love it because, number one, it is by far the best tasting energy drink I've ever had by leaps and bounds. Like, this tastes like a very, very good cocktail without the alcohol or just a really good flavorful drink. So that in and of itself, it's enjoyable to drink. And the second thing I really like about it is it gives you a good pop of sustained energy. But for me, one of the things I struggled with over time with different energy drinks was sometimes you get those where they just give you a burst of energy, a huge pop of energy, and then it's gone. And you're left just with a huge crash and a headache, and you just kind of just run out of gas. So I really like this because it takes its time to kick in an appropriate way, and then it also doesn't just leave you hanging at the end of the day, just completely crashed and destroyed and just strung out. So I highly recommend that if you are in the market for an energy drink, you're looking for something, I would go check this out. We usually get ours from the grocery store, Target or Kroger or Albertsons, wherever you shop. So it's readily available. Alani energy drink. This is the cherry slush flavor. They also have a bunch of other flavors, but I would give them a shot. You will not be disappointed when you need a nice energy drink, a nice little boost, a nice little pick-me-up in the afternoon. Alani energy drinks. This week's sponsor, I Wish I Had. All right, and now it's time for this week's Just the Tip. And this week's Just the Tip segment is something I think a lot of guys, I know myself, can be a little confused on. And I'm going to break down very briefly, very high level, the difference between a suit jacket, a blazer, and a sports coat. So cue the Miami Vice music if you're old enough to get that reference. So first of all, a suit jacket is the most formal jacket outside of a tux, but a regular suit jacket traditionally is the most formal thing a guy can wear. It is made from the same material as pants. They all go together. It is very structured, very tailored. It can have a pattern, but it's usually small, like a small pinstripe or something like that, but very formal. The next step down from that is a blazer. The blazer is usually solid color, and it usually has buttons on the sleeves and then on the jacket itself that are a different or a contrasting color from the blazer as well. It's also typically more structured. It can be tailored, more structured. This would be if you wanted to feel a little sporty, but be on the more formal side of this, you would pair this with a different pair of pants or even jeans, but it would be on the more formal side of that look. And then the most casual jacket for a guy is going to be the sports coat, and that's going to typically be a patterned jacket that is going to be more loosely structured, not necessarily loose fitting, just kind of a loose structure where it's not super formal and not really tailored. It can have some thicker or some textured patterns or different patterns or whatever. So those are sort of the three things. That's going to be, hey, I want to go somewhere and look nice, but I want to keep it casual. That would be kind of a, your date night, maybe or guys' night, you're going to a game or a concert or something like that. The blazer is going to be a little bit more formal. Hey, I'm going to maybe wear that to work with jeans and nice loafers or something like that. And then a suit jacket's going to be, hey, I'm wearing a suit today. It's Harvey Specter time. So that is the difference. That is this week's Just the Tip between a suit jacket, a blazer, and a sports coat. Hope that helps. Okay, now it's time for this week's Whisper In. And this week's Whisper In is an Instagram account that I've been following for about 2 years, I think. It is called Gents Lounge, like Gentlemen's Lounge, Gents Lounge on IG. And the guys that run it are Blake and George. And they do an awesome job of having like really cool guy stuff. There's a lot of fashion stuff on there, which is really helpful of how to style things, color combinations, information like what's the difference between a blazer blazer and a sports coat. But they also do a lot of really cool guy stuff. Like they talk to you about cigars and whiskey and how to make ice and different accessories for guys and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really cool account. There's new content very consistently.